No guesses on the weight. I don't know.
Right.
Weight is not popular today. Oh, what do you got there? Is that safe to
So
take?
I had to jiggle it because there's a couple of bags on the go. Because given the time of the show, we're going to run out of time today. We've got that much stuff to talk about.
No, we're not.
Brett's bag today. There's a whole other bag to go through.
What do you mean? Is it?
This week's Rubik's World bag.
What do you got there?
What have I got there?
Oh,
What have I got?
wow.
This is an Australian exclusive.
That's a 540 motor.
That's very tight.
Is that too tight? All right,
Well,
let's take it out of here.
Have a look what
better?
have a look what I can do and see if that's any clues. Adjustable wheelbase, quite small.
I thought you were loading it.
In this it sounds like it, doesn't it? In this configuration, you'd almost call it a mini. This is Tamiya's all new NB01.
MB01.
MB01, and I know that because it's right here on the box.
And it's so
Let's go to the
funny.
front.
It's so funny watching you and Tony trying to put this together because it does not resemble any mini. Does it?
It is all
brand new chassis.
It is all brand new, and this is the MB01. And like I said, Tony Gray, the grand poobah of mini racing in Australia, joined me in the studio, and we attempted to put it together.
And you've actually got it to this stage, which is fine.
And being both guys that have probably built a few kits in their time, go, we'll knock that over in an hour or two.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite.
And not that it's complicated. It is definitely not. It is absolutely brilliant. It is all new engineering. We can have a look at it.
Well, the clever thing about it is there's 3 configurations you can build it in, right? So not only can you change the dimensions, like 3 wheelbases.
3 wheelbases.
You can change the width as well with different.
No, I don't think you can change the width.
As it is, it's just wheelbases.
Yeah, so you've got wheelbases and
Yep.
you've got driveline configuration. So at the moment, we built it unlike the instructions.
Right.
The instructions calls for a mid-mount rear-wheel drive.
Right.
We built it as a front-wheel drive front mount.
Right.
They call that.
Okay.
That's called FF.
Right.
So, and you can even put the motor up higher, rotate the motor up higher,
Yes.
90 degrees. So that will give it different handling characteristics again.
Right.
And this is all modular assembly. So you don't necessarily need any more or less parts. You just move things around.
So it can be a front wheel drive or rear wheel drive.
Yep. And it's as simple as like 4 screws.
Yep.
You slot the diff out the back
Right.
and pop it in the front, vice versa.
Oh, okay. So
And the motor mount, it's held in by 2 screws.
Right.
So there is no real transmission. You've got a pinion and a spur.
Right.
And that goes to a drive coupler here.
Yep.
And that goes into a modular front diff unit.
Is that a bit too tight?
It is absolutely brilliant. If you want, do you want me to take the diff out of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want me to take the diff out of it? I've got Tony's jizz in my hands.
Tony's what?
Jizz. Japanese industry screwdriver.
Ah. Oh, I'm glad you.
Glad I
Said
clarified that.
Yeah. For a moment there, I thought you were talking about something else.
No, the jizz. It's because they don't use. Tamiya don't use. For those who don't know, a Phillips head screwdriver.
Right.
They use something called a jizz.
And the head is a different shape.
Yeah, it's slightly different profile, so it fits the screws nicer. I'm not saying that you can't assemble them with a Phillips head screwdriver. That you can, but you do a lot better job and make it easier on yourself.
Oh,
Bumper bar off.
wow. Quick release bumper bar.
It is, isn't it?
And one, then 2 screws, and then the
So
cap
2,
comes off.
yeah, and then you'll see. Now, I'm not actually sure if it's going to come apart like this, but this is how.
So these to me are silver screws, still
3 by 10s. Yep.
Oh,
3 by 10s. All very Tamiya like that.
Because Tamiya's originally used to be 3 by 8s or 3 by 12s.
Yeah.
But then they made the in between 3 by 10, and they made a different color.
So that's the gear cover off. Yeah.
Okay.
And then have a look at the front diff.
A bit of jiggle.
Maybe not.
Because you got the drive shafts in there, yeah?
Yeah.
What if you undo the bottom? Oh, there you go. Oh, it is really modular.
Look at that.
It's just come apart.
That is the diff unit.
And then you just pop that in the back.
And you can pop that in the back.
Right.
And put the drive and just turn the motor around with 2 screws.
Right.
Have a look at that. That took what, all of 3 minutes.
That's clever.
And that's a sealed unit. And that inside is just a TTO2 bevel drive diff. So a nice little, very familiar. They got out drives that pop out.
Yep. Oh, I see. Yep. You just got the flats on them.
So how modular is that? Like
It's pretty modular.
the plastic dog bones with the steel pins,
Yep.
which is really nice.
And this bit here's just got the little coupler bit.
Yeah, and it's got a clip and a pin retaining it.
Oh, really?
There's a plastic circlip on there and retainer.
Oh, okay.
So the only extras that we put into it, look, I've slid the whole front end off.
You probably can't tell from here, but these pins in the dog bones are actually molded into the dog bone. So they're not going to come loose.
Yeah, and it effectively has, I'm sure somebody, and there'll be a kit for 4-wheel steering. It's the same front and rear.
4-wheel steer on a short wheelbase. That'll be fun.
You know? Yeah, well, it's got the camber. Like I said, this one's not finished yet.
Can we set it up to crab?
But that's how modular it is. And if you just want to pop this one back in,
Yeah.
click, click.
Oh, it's got a click.
Yeah, how satisfying is that?
Pretty good.
And
Can you
then
pull it
put
out and do it again?
Yeah. Let's put the drive coupler in.
Yeah. Easy coupler.
Little dog bone.
Yeah.
Just going to hold it up so I don't lose the...
The coupler. Yeah. Line it up. Wow.
We're in. Then I'll put the 4 screws on. I've got to line all the arms up with the hinge pins.
Yes.
And it'll slide back in together. How cool is that?
It is. It's all interlocking.
Modular. So that's what I mean. It's unlike any other Mini.
Okay.
And that's the all-new MB01.
That's very, very cool.
Isn't it?
I like it.
So when Tony comes back in next week to help me build it, finish it off, it's going to be more apart than it was when he left.
I like the body too.
How cool is the body? It's not going to look very good like that.
Well, it's got this
And it comes
area
with
at the back. There's the engine detail.
Comes with an engine that hangs out the back. How cool is that? If we have a look at the box, and we're very lucky, like I said, to be the first ones in Australia with this. Sorry.